Lando, what's going on, my man?
Hey, happy evening.
This week on Dad's Bookcase, we've got Morning Star by Pierce Brown, the third and final entry in the Red Rising trilogy. Fired up?
Yes,
I am stoked. Want to get into the synopsis?
I should have. Yeah, go with the synopsis first.
Okay. Morning Star is the explosive conclusion to Pierce Brown's original Red Rising trilogy. As the conflict expands across the solar system, Darrow must unite unlikely allies, outthink brilliant adversaries, and confront the personal cost of the revolution he helped ignite. Battles are fought on an epic scale, but the novel is equally focused on loyalty, friendship, leadership, and the difficult choices required to build a better world.
I think the build up throughout this book was the best so far. From the position it started to the, and we've talked about it before, the kind of gets himself into a bad position, gets himself out of it. I
Yeah.
thought the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys of this one were probably the best so far.
I would probably say so. I think this is the most mature of the books. You can definitely tell that with each entry, Pierce Brown is elevating the, I wouldn't say elevating the craft, I would just be elevating what encompasses like a revolution versus a reformer,
Yep.
what steps you have to take to advance the cause, what are you going to sacrifice? Is it going to be
Yeah, right.
sacrifice?
First book was like the kids playing at
Correct.
life. The second game was like adolescence
Revenge or yeah.
starting and yeah, and this was now, even though they're only a couple of years later, this feels like adults. This feels like actually affecting the political landscape.
Okay, so I think we'll do light spoilers. We won't do into like the full like how it ends and
Okay,
we'll
all
just like
right.
we'll do I think light spoilers is
It's
the
probably better. Yeah.
yeah. So nothing like hey, this is um I will say the push and pull between Severo and Darrow in the initial leadership is
Hmm.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love that element of the story.
Yeah. Isn't this such a good like little twist? I mean, just
And totally realistic.
completely realistic. Previous best friends still are best friends, but they were forced to kind of swap positions. Still friends throughout it, but it's obviously not right. Yeah, I thought that that was just really, really realistic and well done.
Well, one's like a hard charger. Hey, we gotta get this done. This is what a like a revolution looks like. One's like, hey, you gotta be a little bit more calculated. Are we gonna get everything we want? Probably not, but are we gonna get some things that we definitely want? Yes.
Yeah, but it also makes sense too because you believe why Severo would be in charge because he is half half of each.
Half of what?
His dad was gold, his mom was a red.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So he is like
The son of Ares. His dad was Ares.
yeah, he's almost
Yeah.
like the perfect example of what the new world could and should be, even though he's of course he's not. But he has the traits or the pedigree, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Where he
yeah.
very well could be the leader of this revolution.
And the Golds killed his mom. Like he's
Yeah,
very bitter. And the ruling class killed his dad.
killed his dad. Yep.
But it also makes sense that he's probably not the leader. He wasn't a leader at the academy. He didn't, I forget what his main arc was in book two in Golden Sun, but and Darrow defers to him until it kind of is not working out. And then that like the financier like Quicksilver is
Yeah.
like, hey, I that was good. That was a good little
Good little
spin.
twist to it,
Little
right?
twist. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has good twists. Okay, so just generally I like those twists when they're external of Darrow. When Darrow's doing the twist, because it's a first person narration, I don't think it always lands as well.
I just like the hints that are given to his twist before you see them.
It's more like the function of the narrative of like, hey, if he's telling me I attack or I commandeer the ship, if something big happens, for like to you and you don't give us the full picture. Are we really in your head or are we really not in your head?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, but I still, all of the twists and schemes that he has,
Okay.
I like the setup of it, number one, and I especially like when I don't like it, but I like that you can almost see it in slow motion when things aren't going right for him. And he plays it out in slow motion. Like for example, the fight between uh Ragnar and Aja.
Yeah.
You see that fight happening in slow motion from his perspective.
Yeah. I like everything on Ragnar's like they're from Antarctica, right?
Who?
Or they're from Antarctica or from like
Well,
the
it's
South Pole of Mars.
yeah, one of the poles of Mars.
Yeah, yeah.
So you think about it the same way as Antarctica, like
Yeah,
ice, whatever, yeah. But
yeah.
they were put there basically and forced to stay there and just become a race of just brutal warrior slaves
Yeah. So backtracking so we can go forward. Darrow's captured by the Jackal
at
uh
the end of book two.
at the end of book two. They break him out very not easily, but like if you got Darrow
Well,
captured, you got
first things first, though, in terms of like a torture situation,
small box.
hard to think of anything else worse than that.
Small box for 9 months would be rough.
It made me cringe every time I read that, especially the second time because I knew what he was in the second time. The first
Yeah,
time you're like, where is he?
yeah.
He doesn't actually know where he is
No, he
himself.
doesn't. No, it's like
So the second
sensory
time I was
deprivation.
reading through it and I was squeamish the entire time, just horribly claustrophobic.
I don't think I could walk. Like his
Can't. I
ligaments
mean,
come back.
yeah.
Okay, and so along with that, they degrade him from his carving that Mickey did back to his original red
I
self.
wouldn't say that. I would say he's a shell of what he was. He's
But I
not
think
better.
they do like he's like I wasn't what I used to be.
No, they I mean they don't they feed him enough to keep him alive and they let
Okay,
his
okay,
body completely atrophy. So
okay, okay,
he's a shell of a gold. Yeah.
okay. I see what you're saying. Um, yeah, 9 months in. Like,
After 3 months of torture.
yeah. Um, he gets broken out and then he rejoins the resistance, the rising, the
Yeah,
rebellion,
so he gets broken out by two
brother,
grays.
sister. Yeah,
Two grays actually. So that I think is interesting also because that's it's not the first time we've been introduced to another
color,
color with such a strong uh, scene. I guess we kind of did when he had the blue pilot in the last.
Orion.
Yeah. So maybe it's not the first time, but anyway, yeah, you're
Yes.
immediately introduced to grays who are not just what you originally thought grays were, but these grays are killing golds and
Yeah.
killing machines
Yeah.
also. Yeah. So it opens up a new kind of realm of characters.
And then he has to kind of pick back up with the rising. Sevro's in charge and they want to, okay, hey, we're down and out. Let's try and rebuild. How they're going to rebuild? They're going to recruit the Obsidians from Ragnar's tribe, then organize all the Obsidians to go fight the ruling golds, the Alonas and the Sovereign.
Yeah.
And I guess Adrian slash Jackal. Adrian, is it Adrian or
Us.
Adrius? Adrius,
Us.
yeah. Yeah, Adrius. Who's a Jackal, who's right now the governor of Arch
Mars.
Governor of Mars.
Yeah.
I thought everything on the Antarctic Mars was pretty cool.
Yes. Agreed.
But I will say, I looked at this because I was like, man, I am far in the book. 2/3 of the way through the book, the main antagonist and basically the only antagonist is Roke. Roke is in a lot of this book, and it's 2/3 of the way through before anything happens to Roke, the poet
I
from
don't know if
who's
I wouldn't say he's the main antagonist,
for 2/3 of the book. That's what I was like, why are we spending so much time with Roke?
but it's not like there's a constant conflict. He's just the over
He's like the head of the
he's the first
uh
boss. He's the first boss
he's the
that
first boss,
needs
but
to
you're
go.
with the first boss for a long time, and you're like, how are we gonna wrap up with the Jackal and with the Sovereign? the last quarter of the
But they
book.
did so
And
well.
Cassius.
But they did that so well.
Can I say what I would have done differently?
Yeah.
Switch Roke with Cassius.
No.
Make Cassius the first boss.
No.
Because then you could flip him and then you can put him back on his track he's on, which
Flip
is
him meaning flip to the other
turn him
side.
to the rising.
Oh, they had to do it that way.
Why? Because you want like someone who just believes in the gold cause. Because Rogue thinks it should be reform. It shouldn't be rebellion. That's his main issue with Darrow. They're
Wait,
like,
say it
hey,
again?
Rogue, his
Yeah.
main issue, he's like a commander of a fleet. He's like the main commander of the fleet.
The commander of the second biggest fleet. Yeah.
Yes. His main issue is like, hey, I see your point, Darrow, but you're going about it in a revolution. It should be reform. I'm going to
No,
stand
I don't
up
think
for
so.
it
No,
is.
no. I think his thought process is that the way the system is it's not perfect, but it's the best we can do. So gold
Yeah.
being on top is the best we can do.
Yeah, but he says like we could change it a little bit, but this is we should alter the system that we currently have. We should not change the system.
I think gold
He's
should
standing up for the system.
he's standing up for gold being on top of the system. Yes.
Yes. Yes. That was a good kind of push pull of like, do you change the system entirely or do
Yeah.
you just like reform it from within?
And for the in the previous two books, Rogue is the character you like Rogue as a character in the first two books. He's Darrow's friend, he's an accomplice, he's the philosopher. You like him.
Yeah, but he's like strongly a tier two character. It's like Jackal, Mustang, Darrow Reaper, Cassius,
I don't
a
know,
gut.
man. But there's been hints. There's been
I
hints
don't think there had like I
throughout
like
throughout the first two, if not three books, where it was constantly like Mustang was even telling Darrow, like, you got to fix that relationship. Like, you got to go talk to him. And then he's always
yeah.
just like, I'll get to it and
You
stuff.
better talk to
And then
him.
Darrow didn't let him come to the feast where the original fighting happened
Luna.
to
Yeah, he
because he
like
didn't want him to get
tranks him.
hurt. Yeah. And then he asks him in this third book after they have the meeting with the Outer Rim guy.
Hmm.
And
Oh, Quicksilver, right?
no,
Or
no, the Outer
uh,
Rim guy, Raj.
Romulus? Was it Romulus?
Yeah,
Is the Outer Rim?
Romulus,
Yeah.
Raj or whatever his name is. Yeah, and I think before, so they meet, they have the discussion, and then Daryl follows him out, and I think he says something like, "When did I lose you?" or "Where did I lose you?" And
Hmm.
it was back at the school. It was like
Yeah,
in the
what was
original
that?
when one of the original girls died that Rose
Quinn or
liked.
something like
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
whichever one it was, I forget.
Yeah. Um,
So yeah, they had this like friendship, called themselves brothers, but then it festered that much. I thought it was awesome.
I get that. And I like how much this called back to the Institute.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically they recruit Ragnar dies, recruit his sister Sephi, who what?
It's hard to just gloss over that.
Okay. Again, are Ragnar and Pax like the
Ear
exact same person?
ear jerker. Both.
Uh oh, I felt more for when Pax died.
I would say they are both the characters you definitely don't see dying. That is totally Game of Thrones. Like that is your
No,
favorite
I thought people
character.
were gonna die. I thought people were gonna die. There were
Him?
more like I can see because he killed Pax earlier.
Yeah, I guess so. If you follow that line, yeah.
There was some where I'm like, holy moly, I can't believe that just happened.
That
And
one that one was so sad. Like reading up to it, reading it after it, that was tear jerking.
yeah, that I thought that was all awesome. And so, anyways, recruit Ragnar's sister who recruits all the Obsidians. And now we're kind of on to defeat Rogue and then go on to the Jackal and to the Sovereign.
Um, defeat Rogue onto the Sovereign. Not even slash Jackal. I think that's more of it was Sovereign first, I would say. The Jackal's involvement with the Sovereign, I think was he even mentioned it was a surprise, like didn't expect him to be there kind of thing.
But he knows the Jackal is. evil,
Yes.
bad.
Oh
Yeah,
no, Jack
yeah,
was definitely the main. Yeah, he's the main enemy. He has to be dealt with at some point. But I don't think he mentioned he didn't expect him to be where he was.
yeah. Um, oh, so in the fight with Aja and where Ragnar dies.
Yeah.
Cassius is with Aja. He's like a knight at this point, and one of the elite
Yeah.
knights, and he gets shot in the neck with an arrow,
Yeah.
captured by Darrow and Mustang,
And the
Severo.
Obsidians.
Yeah, and this is kind of. I thought they could. I like Cassius. I think he's a good character. I think he's like a conflicted guy where he's buddies with Darrow, but he's like the elite of the elite, golden boy.
Yeah.
It's like a juxtaposition, good image, like counterpoint to Darrow throughout the entire story. Because they're
Yeah.
buddies from the Institute.
Yes.
I think they should have used him more in this book.
No, that was perfect, man. You had the scene where they're in Rogue ship and they're watching the old videos together, even though Cassius is in chains and shackles and they're like
Okay.
having a drink together and stuff.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then at the end of that, the he slipped it in. He gave him a
Like a hologram,
what they call, yeah, so whatever, like a video
whatever.
a video file or something like
Yeah.
that. And then it's left at that, but then you understand how everything else happens.
I like when Pierce Brown does that stuff where you're like, oh,
Yeah,
Uh, but he does it
little
well where you're,
little
you're
note.
like where you're like I gotta remember this, and then 15 things happen. You're like, wow, 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 and then you come back to,
It
oh
was much
yeah,
it was much easier reading it the second time. It was
yeah.
much easier to pick up and appreciate those little kernels that were left.
Um, biggest jaw dropping moment. Again, we're kind of doing,
Yeah, without giving too much away, I would say so the Ragnar scene that got me big time. The final scene, the final scene, that whole thing was jaw-dropping with all the surprises.
yeah.
And then even before that final scene,
I gotta say the double hanging
oh
is
yeah, the double hanging was
the
cool.
double hanging
Yeah,
is the
that was
best
pretty
scene.
cool
Is probably the
actually.
best scene.
You think that's
I
the
could
best?
argue.
I don't think that's the best scene, but that was very good.
Oh, it's so I read it recently and I was like, I can't put it down. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
because that's when I knew like, hey, we're like coming down the home stretch.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're 80% of the way through the book.
How
You're
about
past
I
three
mean,
quarters.
jaw-dropping too. What about when Darrow makes the decision to use Rogue ship to hit his ally?
Well, the Outer Rim guy,
Yeah,
I was like, okay, so this is like a minor spoiler. So he's kind of he throws the the cells of the Rising under the bus
completely.
big time
Yeah.
to make
So
the allegiance and to kind of hurt a guy in the Outer Rim
so
who's
there are his color people, etc., who are on.
allies, his allies, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So it's a moon of Jupiter, basically, whatever,
Yeah.
or Saturn.
What, Ganymede or something like that?
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah.
Ganymede, Io, and then the one that got burnt.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Moon.
He knows that when he decides on an action, he's basically like sacrificing those people because he knows the consequences of his action is going to be those people are going to be not just killed but like hunted and slaughtered.
Hmm.
That's a huge jaw-dropping moment, I think, when he makes that decision.
I think because so much of it is quote unquote off screen, you kind of just see him make the decision, struggle with it, and then move on slash feels bad.
I don't
But you
know,
don't there's not like a big consequence to that happening. It kind of works out for him.
but
But he is throwing like
I think there's a huge
millions of
consequence though
allies
because
like to the wood
well,
chipper.
there's hints at it, but you know that so that the agreement was the Lord of the Outer Rim
It's
basically
Romulus, right?
says he basically knows what he did, but he can't admit to it. So
Oh
basically
yeah.
he says, "Hey, never come this way. I never want to hear from you again, kind of thing.
Because he and Rook are both trying to sway him to their side. That's when they're like, "Hey, the nukes were in the
Yeah,
side
yeah, yeah,
base
yeah,
by
yeah.
you."
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes, to the
yeah,
Outer Rim guy. Yeah, so it
yeah.
gets him on my side. I will say there's a second trilogy.
Yes.
Huge.
That blows up in his face.
No, this is it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. It's like, all right, he
Okay.
does end up, yeah, yeah. But I'll also say it's a huge part because, well, you could tell it's a huge part because Victra, his woman general,
Yeah.
she gives the command for it. If you remember, she says like, "Let me take this one off your shoulders," and
I
tells her
know.
to
Yeah.
fire the ships. And that's
Victor's in a lot of the book. She's a big
yeah,
time player in this book.
she's kind of been a big time player throughout. If you think about it,
I would probably say in book because she's the what? She's July or whatever.
yeah, Julie,
Yeah, yeah, House Julie. But her and Severo get more entangled this time.
which is which is a nice little twist. It
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't necessary, but again, I think he was setting up the next trilogy.
We'll get to next trilogy. Let's just keep. Let me think. I got
I
more
don't
on my
think we need to
notes.
read it, by the way. I'm not in any rush to read the next
No,
trilogy.
we got like so many books
Yeah,
to. Um. Okay. The final twist. We'll just leave it at that. The final twist of the decision. How? Okay. Do you want to spoil it or do you not want to?
kind of already have.
Okay. This is a spoiler
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, we might as well.
Darrow lets Cassius break out of his control slash his jail. So, and then Cassius ends up capturing Darrow, Mustang, and Severo, killing Severo, and then bringing them all back to the Sovereign and to the Jackal as kind of a
Just
prize
a
or
sovereign, but yes. So
yeah, just
in the middle of their conflict, in the middle of the war that's going on, so Victor has her ship. There's another space battle going on right now. In the
mhm.
middle of this, yeah, Cassius, I would say, betrays Darrow's trust, ends up encasing him, Mustang, and Severo,
A
and
dead Severo. He kills Severo,
kills Severo, but
basically.
takes his body and brings it back to the Sovereign, who's on
Be-
Luna right now.
yeah, because which is
Is
like
the
the head of
moon.
the government. It's basically like Washington, D.C. exponentially.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a
the capital
moon
of the
city.
solar
Yeah,
system. Yeah.
yeah.
It's what's the capital in Star Wars?
That's what I was thinking too.
Coruscant? Is it Coruscant? I think it
Maybe.
is.
Yeah, I guess it is. I was thinking
Yeah.
about it too. Yeah.
Um and okay, so you got me.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be a little more quiet. I gotta hold my kids sleep. Um the whole time you're thinking like, Daryl, why are you letting this guy out? Because you feel bad for him. Or you're like you think he's a good guy, now you're
It's more
letting
than
him
feel bad for. Yeah, I think Daryl wants nothing more than to be like friends,
buddies. Yeah.
respected by him again. Yes.
But he's like, like Cassie's like, I'm done with this war. I just I give up. Like this isn't how I want to live. Like we're better than this. And Darrow's like, you mean it? Okay, you can go. Like just put another guard on him and like let him have an extra hour in the yard. Like seriously.
As that's going down, you're really just like, yeah, you're getting crushed under the weight of it all. Like you come so far to
And
just
you
throw it away on the other chance of this guy over and over again.
and then it goes bad and you're like, duh, duh. Like you got your buddy killed. Like Severo's now actually dead because there's no way he dies twice, which he does. But
Mhm.
and then you're like, dude, like, what are you thinking? Which is a kind of a good twist. But I was more just frustrated. I was like,
I mean,
why would you do
Daryl
that?
got his hand chopped off.
He did get his hand chopped off, and I was like,
So
I'm
when
so
that happens, you had to be thinking like, okay, this was not part of the plan. Like
well, it
even if
wasn't.
even if there was a plan, this was not part of the plan. Like Daryl didn't know the jackal would be there.
Yeah. He knew well did he know that the Jackal had his fleet on Luna? Because he thought
I would
he,
think so. I would think
yeah,
yes. He was aware of that, but he did not think Jackal was on Luna.
yeah. Um, anyways, it turns out Cassius flips sides. He smuggles. It's kind of he smuggles um Darrow, Mustang, and Severo into must how would you say he was like coma, he was like tranquilized, he was, knocked
Uh,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They revive him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in like all those things where you can lower your blood pressure. It's in a
Yeah.
bunch of movies. Yeah.
Um Darrow, it is kind of like the what we've seen in all three books where Darrow's in a tough spot. Son of a bitch, he gets out of it again.
But in such an epic way.
I think I thought he would win the whole time. I'm like, Darrow's gonna win.
Hmm. Wait, I
Because
thought when we ended the last call, I think you did a prediction for this book. Didn't you thought somebody else was gonna die? Did you think Dara was gonna die?
I thought he would die for the cause. I was like, oh, maybe
Ah, okay.
he'll.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when reading it, you're like, this is a lot of.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Yeah, he's the main guy. Um, again, I like when people like. I think it's cool. I think it's good storytelling when someone like dies heroically.
Ragnar.
Yeah, Ragnar. Um, but when he was in that pickle, got out of it. Son of a bitch, Darrow did it again.
Did it with his friend. But then
It was a big friend book. It was a big friend book, big time friend
big
book.
friend
Did you
book.
did you read the epilogue or like the
Yeah.
it's on the acknowledgments. It's like I wrote this book for my friends.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But so you say he did this, he gets out of the pickle, but then just as he's out of the pickle, he's in another pickle.
Oh, with the millions blowing up with the nukes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, he's
Oh
gonna
no,
get.
at that point I was like, how I had no idea how he was gonna get out of it.
How does he
Okay.
get out of it? I read it like last night or 2 nights ago.
So so the sovereign's dead, the jackal's there, just beaten up and just starts cackling. And basically the jackal's backup plan is that he has
He's basically the Joker. He's like, I'm
yeah,
gonna,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah,
like the Joker. So he has Lilath in control of a ship, and she can set off nuclear bombs
around Luna,
when
around the
the
moon.
Jackal says, go ahead and do so. Yeah. So he has that ultimate
Is
safety blanket, and so he's trying to tell Darrow, like, all right, I will stop blowing up everything if you kill yourself and I become sovereign. Basically,
yeah.
holding the planet, the world's hostage. And Darrow just decides,
Oh
like,
yeah,
I've
he just
had enough of this. And he punches him in his mouth and rips his
yeah,
tongue out
throw it out or rips his tongue out. Yeah,
so he can't give commands to the
yeah,
girl in his
yeah.
ear. And then
Does
so
Victra
that's
take
kind of taken
over
care of.
Lilath?
So the nukes aren't blowing up, but you still have the armada there. And then what
Yeah.
happens is the sovereign's grandson then
Yes.
steps in and says,
Lysander.
I'll talk to I forget who it's like his godfather or
Yeah, it's like the Ash
godfather,
Knight.
grandfather, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah,
The Ash Lord is his whatever.
yeah,
And he basically tells the Sovereign's army to attack the Jackal's
yeah.
main
Go, yeah,
ship, and
yeah,
then it's over. And then again, I just thought the last part where Mustang is walking with the head of the Sovereign and the staff,
yeah.
whatever it is,
And she takes over the Senate.
it's a cool scene also.
Yeah, I like Mustang becoming the head of the Senate.
Yeah, that had to be. Couldn't have been Darrow. I like the way they did that.
Yeah,
And
because
they
they
said
kind
that
of
too. He was always the sword or the spear.
yeah, they mentioned that a couple times, and he's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
How you're the sword and someone else is the governor. Um, good. It was really good. It's a page. These books are page turners.
So easy to read, so fun to read, better than watching TV, I think, better than movies that were available.
I just like how Pierce Brown doesn't let you go too far without a big sh shift, twist, action scene, you know, backstabbing. There's always every 50 pages you get a whoa moment.
Yeah, I like the perspective also. I like following Darrow around. I don't like necessarily being thrown around to different storylines in a book like this. I was perfectly fine sticking with Darrow the whole time.
It is streamlined. It
Yeah,
is very, and you do get some people, mo mainly the Jackal. You get the sense
but
that
it's
he's
also
also working.
yeah, it's
Like,
also it's not like when you see like movies and they make sequel of movies like Spider-Man, for example, like Spider-Man has the first bad guy, that's the worst bad guy there, and then the next there's another bad guy and there's another bad guy.
yeah.
The villains are the same pretty much throughout this whole thing. It's just that other characters come in and you're not sure if they're allies or villains, and they're a little bit of both. But I like that they don't, end a book by killing one of the bad guys and then starting over again with a new one with, somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Mm-hmm.
it's a consistent good versus bad throughout.
That, did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
You know how the last season, like the bad guys are the Nazis?
yeah,
And I was like, hey, these guys weren't
yeah.
around for the
Just
first
just
four
came in,
seasons.
yeah, and they were minor characters when they came in. They were just like
Yeah.
drug dealers, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's people found fault with that show because where did these freaking guys come from?
Yeah, I like the thought of you have your Joker, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you're Batman, so to speak, but that's the
Mm-hmm.
final boss. That's
Yeah.
that's the last villain. You can't get better than him.
I I wish we got a little bit more. I think I'm so pro Team Cassius that I would have liked his flip to be
You might like the next book.
from darker to he ended up very light. I wish we got him like the full because he gets shot with the arrow through his neck and then he's sidelined and silent, so to speak,
Uh,
for like a whole middle third.
so he put his cloak or whatever on Darrow when he first came out of the box. If you remember that.
Yeah, he did. He put his like
Yeah.
the was he wasn't good the whole time. He was good after he showed him that like the hologram.
So he wasn't good. He wasn't on Darrow's side, I don't
Hmm.
think ever. It's just that he became more against the other side. Like he was always against Jack. I think he would always take like Darrow over the Jackal. I think he was always against the Jackal.
Hmm.
But what did him over was what the Sovereign did to his family. Yeah.
Any thoughts about Darrow and Mustang having little packs?
It's setting the stage for the next book. I thought it was cool. It was nice,
Yeah,
big full circle, good way to end it. But yeah, that's setting the stage for the next series.
yeah. Cool. Another good book. All
Yeah,
right,
really good.
Morning Star by Pierce Brown. Give me your couple strengths, give me your couple weaknesses, and give me your final score.
There's no weaknesses again. I really, really like these books. I tried to think of one. I really couldn't. I really, really enjoyed these books. Like I said,
Okay.
I liked it better than a TV series. I liked it better than a movie.
Okay.
Uh, there were four, I'd say four like peaks throughout this book where usually
Sure.
you're lucky to get one.
Sure. Okay. So you'd say great overall story, great.
Good way to finish a series.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was one of mine.
tied things together really well, didn't leave too much hanging, didn't completely resolve anything, but yet you feel like accomplished when you're done reading it. It wasn't like a cliffhanger, I would say, even though he does have three more books.
Yeah.
You aren't left on a cliffhanger waiting for the next book.
Okay, let me see if I can pull this up quick. I will give you my final scores. Here we go. Notes. Um, right here. Here it is. Um, so I liked a couple of things where he's, like you said earlier, where he's not betraying his allies, but he's sacrificing his allies
Hmm.
to Romulus. Here's a quote. And I swallow the guilt of leaving hundreds of millions in slavery and personally signing the death warrants of thousands of sons of Ares to Romulus's police. Like that's like this is a Darrow that probably would not have done that in the Institute.
Yeah, and he did that not even for like immediate gratification. He did that in order to stop what he expected would be the next war. Right. So he did that. He blew up all the ships in Ganymede in order
Yeah.
to prevent the outer worlds from rising up again and coming to get him in the core.
Yeah. Um, and like along those lines, in my youth, I would have thought I would destroy the society, dismantle its customs, shatter the chains, and something new and beautiful would simply grow from the ashes. That's not how the world works. This compromised victory is the best mankind could hope for. Change will come slower than Dancer or the Sons want, but it will come without the price of anarchy. Like I just like the more mature tone of a lot of his thought process.
Yeah, I think that's the Mustang effect also. That's why she's such an important character. She is that bridge.
Hmm. I love the new dynamics that Pierce Brosnan introduced in this story, leadership, viewpoint. I like Darrow being shifted to kind of a second fiddle to
Yeah,
Severo for the first part, and then kind of reclaiming his leadership. That was
yeah,
awesome. And then, like you said, satisfying ending.
yeah, very much so.
Weaknesses, so much broke. Questionable antagonist for the first two
I
thirds of the
get
book.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Other weakness, which we haven't touched on yet, there were a couple references in there that were so contemporary and took me out of the story. Like, did you notice like there was a by Felicia
No.
that was weird? And what was the
Do you remember
must
where?
well, I think Felicia is like a warrior and knight, and they come, I am Felicia of House XYZ,
Huh.
hear me, and then someone kills and they go, bye Felicia, which is it took me
Oh,
out of the
kind of.
story.
Yeah, actually, she's a gold though.
Yeah, she's a gold. Felicia
Oh,
was a
yeah.
gold.
Okay, I kind of do remember that.
I like, illusions or, hat tips, but when it's that overt, it took me out of the story. And I love like a good world building where you're just like, hey, this is what's real,
Yeah,
what's
you're
going on.
only
I'm
here.
not pick my head up. I'm totally
Yeah.
immersed. That just kind of brought, opened the fourth wall a little bit. Didn't love that.
Yeah, I kind of do remember that.
And then there was the one where Mustang was like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, which is exactly the scene from Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
was like,
I noticed that one also actually.
so I love immersive world building, and when you take it out, and that's
Yeah.
so critical to this book, I just like puts a weird taste in my mouth for
Okay.
a couple pages.
Yep. All right.
Okay, but still super strong. I gave it a 9.6. What'd
Yeah,
you
it's
give it?
just another
No
10.
10.
And then we'll get off the tens with the next couple books probably, I think. We'll get off the 10 streak. But yeah, I like these books a lot. I bought them, have them on the shelf in a nice little set.
Yeah, that's gonna be so. As we continue down the road, we're definitely gonna do some Hall of Fame entries for Dad's bookcase. What books you buy for your bookshelf, and these will be on the ballot. Let's just say that
Yeah.
those will be strong contenders.
They are on the physical bookshelf. And this is the second time reading them for me too, and they still hold up really, really well.
Did you like this more the first time or more the second time?
Both very, very much so. The first time I read them through, I then picked up the next trilogy and read that because I just wanted more of the
Hmm.
world and more
Hmm.
of everything. This time I'm okay with just reading these three again.
Are you someone who reads books twice normally? You've read Hemingway a lot twice. Like you read
Yeah, if it's a
Gates
really
of
good book,
Fire.
and if
Yeah.
it's a really good book and if it's an easy read, like
Yeah.
I won't take a month to read things twice, but yeah, if it's an easy read like all these books were, then yes, I could do so.
Okay. That was a great trilogy. I'm happy we did it. Our next episode will be on A Course Called Home. You might know Tom Coyne's other books, A Course Called Scotland, A Course Called Ireland, and A Course Called America.
Yes.
This guy's a New York Times writer, very talented. I've started the book. He's a very, very skilled writer.
He's a fun writer. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
awesome.
he almost writes like a journalist, I would say.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, very, very entertaining.
cool. All right, we'll pick it up from there.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
See you. We'll be in touch.